Welcome back. We're gonna fight Samurai. You ready to fight Samurai?
Save answers before I guess.
It's sort of long. I love the story of Sirloin. It's one of my favorite stories in Dark Souls 2.
Here.
Like, my favorite one is for sure the Ivory King.
Try and do it while we're fighting.
100%.
So you better come over now.
No, he's gonna do it at the most inconvenient time. I'll be mid-battle. He'll crawl on my leg.
I just want to cuddle and put my head on. Get away!
So we've got... I took the time to clear everybody out. So we've got a straight shot now. That's good news. We're going to try it with this samurai sword. I don't know if that's a good plan at all. I'm seriously second-guessing my switching of weapons.
That's right. I forgot we changed our weapon.
Just for this battle, though. Like, our damage output's going to go down significantly, but I'm hoping that our ability to, like, manage stamina and to, like, dodge... Like, the fact that it will use slightly less stamina and maybe be able to, like, exit into a dodge roll quicker is going to make up the difference. We'll see. I don't know.
Are we two-hand wielding the samurai sword? Or are we gonna switch between shield and
I don't know. We're going to try two-handing it initially. We're also going to bring this dude. We're going to try two-handing it initially and focus on dodge rolls because that's closer to how I would play normally. And I think it's probably the better strategy rather than trying to block. If I wanted to block, I'd have to go, like, get a great shield, probably, and focus on, like, serious poise.
Did you use the hunk of metal with him, or was that the Unite?
Oh, the giant sword?
Shield.
Oh, we tried that on, I think it was the Smelter Demon, originally.
Okay.
Yeah, Broom Tower's fucking rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is much closer. I've actually kind of breezed through a lot of these Dark Souls 2 battles. If you want a better idea of what most of my Dark Souls playthroughs have been like, this is much closer to that. Just struggling constantly. Lots of fighting over and over and over again. Anyway. It's fucking rage. Oh. That frickin' thrust attack is no joke. Ugh. Neither did I. Yo, twin swords, dude. You're a fucking G.
Good choice.
Hot damn. Okay.
I also did not think he was gonna survive the fight.
No, that dude can tank a lot of damage. I figured we were gonna end up kind of like with the Fume Knight, where like I was gonna have somebody for an early part of the battle and then just like suffer through, but
Yeah, no, he was the easiest in Broom Tower.
oh, I like yeah. Part of the problem is like everybody here needs me to like dodge so much because they've got so much health.
And reach.
Yeah, and so like I burn through. I have so much trouble managing my stamina for as long as I need to battle, which is why I like having this shield on for him. But like watching the difference between our damage output was ridiculous. We're doing like half as much damage as normal, so I have to get in so many hits. Anyway, we did it. We finally killed all the Broom Tower people, and we got a crown, and I think there's still some Nadalia stuff around, but like, that's fine. Next, I hope this place doesn't count as like part of the memory that's gonna kick me out. So I really like the approach to this. I actually thought about cosplaying for it.
Oh yeah.
Well, because, like, if you noticed, we went to Broom Tower and we did all this stuff, but, like, to get to Sur Alon, we had to go to a memory. And we're literally in the memory of the old Iron King, because at some point, when Sur Alon abandoned him and he'd gone, like, full-on fucking megalomania and whatnot, Sur Alon waited here for him, which means we're reliving the battle that the Iron King had with Sur Alon some time ago, when these two best friends, who could no longer, like, be on the same page anymore, like finally came to blows. And
Dark Souls is so sad. Broom Tower is sad because best friends, Iron King, Sur Alon. Ending fight. Friendship done.
yeah,
And the Fume Knight.
yeah. So if you notice the Smelter Demon, so the Smelter Demon was created after Sur Alon as a replacement for Sur Alon and has a lot of stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so after Sur Alon leaves, the Iron King finally like tracks him down, and they have this final duel, and the Iron King has to kill his only real friend for his entire life because he's unwilling to give up his like power and the things that he's done and accomplished and wants to accomplish. And so strikes him down and then tries to use his fire pyromancy abilities and all this shit that he's built up to create somebody who can fulfill a similar role. And then that's the thing that kills him. And his body is what like sinks into the lava and then like coalesces and merges with the soul of probably Gwyn. It's ambiguous, but like, and becomes that giant demon thing that we found. And all that happens before Nadalia shows up. She shows up in the aftermath of all of this.
Does she ever get to see the Iron King as that decrepit lava tree?
Probably. But anyway, yeah, it's like, so I love the fight up to here because like, well, it's just like an approach to come fight this random samurai dude. Like, you are reliving the memory of that and like all of the weight and tragedy of it, which I love. Hey, we got the last smelter's wedge.
Woohoo!
I don't know where the Nadalia statues are. We're missing one, I guess, but... Alright, there's 12 pieces, I believe. We have 10.
Well,
I don't know where they are. Either way, that's it for Broom Tower, basically, except for maybe getting the last pieces of Nadalia's soul.
finally.
I know, So, we're going to go spend these here souls. It's not that bad. Okay. We're gonna spend these here souls. And see, I would like to get to 100 agility. Can't quite get it there. Still at 99, huh? I think once we get to 100 agility, sorry if you're having trouble reading the menu, the middle column towards the bottom, AGL, that's our agility. It raises with adaptability and attunement. This next level won't actually raise our agility, but the one after probably will. I think we're going to get up to 100 agility, and then we're going to spend the rest in endurance for a while and vigor, because like stamina management is a fucking nightmare. We're also, I'm trying to buy whatever, it's like extra armor sets and whatnot, so that
you need armor.
Co-op partner can do more dope fashion soul stuff one of these days. So I think we'll work on this set next.
Thanks for the purchase. Do come again.
Whatever. Okay, let's get back into our normal adventuring outfit. We need our fire fist. That stuff's fucking gold. And we will. Okay, we've already got that attuned. So I'm trying to think if there's anything we ought to do here in Majula. I don't believe so. I think our next step, we're gonna go to the Sunken Kingdom. The DLC in the terrifying Poison Realm. So there's two places we could go that wise into the DLCs. We could go to the Sunken Kingdom, or we could go to Aleum Lois. Now, my favorite DLC story is the story of Aleum Lois and the Ivory King. So I'm going to save that one to the end. So instead we're going to go to the Sunken Kingdom and deal with that. But that means running through the poison fields of misery. Well, I can't teleport to primal bonfires. So there is a bonfire there, but it only teleports me away. Things come in this little place. And that's where Aldia, who hasn't admitted to being Aldia, was. Well, he was there. So the first time you meet him, you come to light this primal bonfire, and he erupts out of it and talks to you. And he appears in a couple other places. And I'll have to look those up, because I don't want to miss the dialogue on him.
Here's my favorite king.
Aldia was not a king.
Aldia's keep?
Yeah, he was, I want to say he was the brother of Vendrick, but he was like a mad scientist type.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
He's
so...
my favorite character, though. He's
Yeah,
not a king.
so Vendrick is the guy... was the king. But he started sort of putting pieces together about, like, the nature of reality and, like, the fact that people are trapped in this cycle and, like, light and dark and all of that. The power, and he became really fascinated with the power of the soul, what a soul was, why they gathered, why they had potency, what you could do with them, what the undead curse was, all of that. Aldia was the one who was actually doing the, like, experimentations and whatnot. So think of him more as, yeah, like a mad wizard scientist type.
Who's the guy from Dark Souls 1 that turned into the spider?
Oh, yeah, so that's Seath the Scaleless.
So kind of like Seath.
Very much like Seath. Yeah,
I like that.
in the games, you're going to notice a lot of, like, either stuff quite literally returning or, like, the same patterns playing out. Yeah, and so, for example, even with the Iron King, when he lost Alon, or around the time Alon was leaving, he started basically... He'd become the patron of a pyromancer who was trying to give willpower to fire itself, and that's what was powering these golems that he made. And so, like, he also fulfills a very, like, Seath-like role. So, yeah, you do notice these similar type characters and patterns playing out.
Is there a connection to be made with the golems in Draenlight Castle, too, that move with souls?
I would say so, yeah. Like, they're not the same, but, like, a lot of what you're seeing is, like, these same patterns playing out, and people either literally rediscovering or somehow just doing a different version of the same stuff that people were doing before, and, like, maybe, like, running into the same problems. Like, one of the things I find kind of interesting about, like, the stuff around Seath and Dark Souls 1, because, like, Seath has the archives, and he's trying to solve this problem, and he accumulates more knowledge than anyone else. And, like, one of your fundamental stats in Dark Souls is intelligence. Like, you've got faith and intelligence, and they each do different, like, magic stuff. But they also, if you pay really close attention to certain spells and individuals, there's like a crossover to them. They're not actually necessarily distinct, and maybe what they're engaging with are of a similar type and whatnot. Anyway, I think one of the things that's interesting about the Seath storyline is this idea that, like, certain individuals, when trying to make their way in the world, in this case Seath becomes obsessed with getting the immortality he was denied due to his nature, adopted they basically were like, well, I can think my way through it. If I learn enough, if I understand enough, I can find a solution. Knowledge is the pathway to mastery. And he's not the only character who feels that way. Big Hat Logan in the first game is one of those. But, like, Seath, in his millennia, let's say, of engagement with this thing, like, doesn't ever really get the thing that he wants. It's, on some level, fundamentally impossible, and it drives him mad. Big Hat Logan, his entire goal was to get to Seath's archives so that he could... Yeah, and he's sort of like this epic... You run into him a few times, but, like, the way to think of Big Hat Logan is, like, the legendary wizard. Like, he's been around for centuries. He's gone on wild adventures. He's fundamentally moved the field of sorcery forward more than any single human ever has. Like, everyone looks up to Big Hat Logan. Like, there's a conversation when you're going through Sen's Fortress, where there's a guy you run into who's kind of trapped there now, and he's like, "You think you're gonna make it?" Like, loads of people have attempted this thing. Like, King So-and-so, who's this very famous hero, like, attempted it, and Iron Tarkus, a very famous, like, knight paladin type, and, like, even Big Hat Logan was here, and, like, none of them made it through. And so he's, like, on that level of just, like, a name everyone fucking knows. That's his ultimate goal, is to get there so that he can learn more sorceries and expand his knowledge more. And he does. He gets there, and it drives him mad. He becomes a gibbering mess because he tries so desperately, or he follows the path of, like, I can understand enough and then I'll have control over it so far that he loses his ability to even understand what it was he was trying to control. Like, that's the way I always see it, is like, he understands enough to realize that the thing that drove him was itself an illusion, and then there's no place for all of the understanding to go, so it's just this raw floating mass. People do it through faith in believing in the willpower of another, be it Gwyn or a great king or a story, and it does give power and whatnot, but, like, only so long as you believe it. And the problem is nobody's outside of the cycle of creation, so having faith even in a character like Gwyn, even though he is a god and holds the soul of light and all of that, like, he's not outside of it either. So that itself is going to lead to the same place. That's not a pathway out. Strength isn't a pathway out. Knowledge isn't a pathway out. Faith isn't a pathway out. All of this is trying to understand what it is, the world that they're living in, why things are the way that they are, and how to be and exist in it effectively. And there's lots of these, like, lessons throughout. And yeah, that's one of the ones, is like, there's often a being of incredible willpower who, through might and endurance, forges something incredible. And then there's a character of curiosity and intelligence, and a character of great faith and belief. And through the combination of these things, incredible things are achieved. And yet those things are going to go away. And in a desperate attempt to mitigate that or to avoid it or what have you, things are tried. But it always leads to these similar sort of outcomes. And that's not the only stories that are being told. For example, the reason I love the story of the Ivory King and Elam Lois is because it's fundamentally a beautiful love story that, of course, ends tragically because it's Dark Souls. But, like, maybe there was all this other stuff, but, like, that seems to be more of a kind of like a Thelma and Louise kind of vibe. Every party involved knows that there's no happily ever after for what's going down, and that's not going to stop anybody from fighting for it regardless, knowing it's futile. And I really like that story. I find it interesting and beautiful. This will be a different one. This will be about faith. There's a sleeping dragon full of poison, and there's an invasion by fanatics and fundamentalists and all kinds of stuff involved in this one. So we'll get there. I don't remember what we were talking about before we got into that, but let's go to... Pretty sure it's called the Sunken Kingdom. Like 90% on that.
I thought Heights Tower was the Sunken Kingdom.
No, that's just a kingdom that sank.
Ah, okay. Makes sense. Why
But at least we're in a different place now. I don't know if I'm gonna want to do that, but... Closed. Oh, I probably have to put on this stupid King's Ring, don't I? So that's how we got in. This is a spooky ritual site. Interesting. There? Yeah, I think they're roots. It looks like we're underground.
I mean, it makes sense. You go into a fountain.
Huh. Is it not the King's Ring that would let me in? What am I missing? I don't know if I should be like searching for clues or if I'm just missing an important item of some sort. Kind of looking for something I can light with this torch. Huh. Well, maybe we won't go to the Sunken Kingdom. They're not gonna let me in.
The dragon town.
The Dragon Talon?
Yeah. After buying,
Go to the Primal Bow.
that opens with the dragon town.
Where do I get a Dragon Talon? Terrible Worn Dragon Talon. Hold on. Do we have it already? Is it a thing I need to equip? Doesn't look like it. Where does it show up? After acquiring Forgotten Key, down in the gulch, head back to Majula, jump down the well. There will be a ladder that lead to the Forgotten Door. Sorry, apparently I didn't explore the well well enough. So we've got a brief foray to a secret door in the pit of Majula.
I fell into the pit.
Here. I have to go to the bathroom. Please.
We have no audience. No one is here. Whoops. It's the co-op partner here. We're gonna try and explore the pit without James. Yeah? We'll see. I don't have the controller skills that he does. Oh. Well, I'm already on the ladder. Put on the cat ring, James said. Let's see if I remember how to do that. Nope. Which one can we take off?
You can place the...
Ah. Thanks, cat. Wait, do we need this ladder? How do I fast climb down? Woohoo! Well, my body's in the way. That was a good joke. I see no doorway. That's a good vantage point. If only the green wasn't in my way. That doorway? That doesn't really look like a doorway as much as a... yeah, a cave. Did we go in there? I feel like I need to use the other ladder to get there. Sick! Where does this ladder go? Well, we'll climb it. X, not B. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle.
You found the door!
I found the door! I didn't even need your help! It was the door. And the 3 chests. Damn, I'm fucking great. Why don't you let me play more? No, don't let me play more. That's a terrible idea. Don't let me play more. I'm only here for commentary. Ah!
Leave me alone for 3 minutes. You're already accomplishing all the goals. What did we...
I'm really good with directions.
Okay, so we got some weird stuff. What are they? I gotta go back to those birds soon. We got so many smooth and silky doodads.
Silky, give me Silky.
Bone of order. So weird. I got like a soul void? I knew you were gonna fall in love with this show.
Of course I fell in love with the show. That's Chris Pratt, the best of the Chris's.
Fair. Okay, well I can't find that stuff that you picked up, so I don't know what it is. But we got a soul vort. Yeah, and we got like a witch something and a soul vortex. And I don't know what a soul vortex is. But we got one. Okay, well, now that we have the secret item, we'll make another run through the poison. Giant worm things? I don't know. Just weird, awful things that live down here. No, I just want to get from point A to point B. I have no reason to, like, preserve myself. I just want to get out. Oh. One of those awful monsters killed themselves. Okay! We'll put on a different ring. I think we'll go with this one for now. So it makes adventuring a little bit easier. Luckily, I know we have all the items to get into Aleum Lois because we've already been there. So there should be no wild wikiing at that point. Probably. This is a cool statue. They remind me of whatever was hanging out around Seath's place. Or whatever. The Duke's Stair Freya.
Ah, we found Atlantis.
Shova, Sanctum City. This reminds me a little bit of, well, two places, I guess. One, it reminds me of the first time you get to Lost Izalith in Dark Souls 1, and it reminds me a little bit of when you get to a place called the Profaned Capital in Dark Souls 3. More Profaned Capital. Obviously, Izalith is on fire all the time, which sets a particular vibe.
Whoa.
Hey, friend. He's got a spear in him?
Where are you going, buddy?
Not here, apparently.
What?
Not immediately. Maybe. It might be. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something in there that we could get to.
Hot damn, you're so strong.
Yeah, well, the whole build is just to do dumb damage. Ah,
What is it?
what shot me?
Oh,
it more statues or is it a person? Do my best. Arrgh. You're fucking incessant. Okay, now that everybody's dead. What are these glowing things? That one was. I'm pretty sure the other ones were as well, but that was what I was stopping to look at before I started getting shot. Interesting. So there's a spooky red light. And, don't even know.
Enemy.
Probably. A little bit turned around. Is this where we came from? There's a hole into a little room. So we could jump down there and go exploring. And we could jump down there and go exploring. Maybe. Okay. First hole or second hole?
Your biggest enemy. Although not as bad as Tiny.
That's true. Did you ever watch me try to get past the silver great bow knights on Orlando? Yeah.
The ones that were like passageway. There were knights.
Yeah, shooting arrows at me?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awful.
Did that a bunch.
Yeah, I died so many times. It's a freaking nightmare. I'm hearing chittering. Oh, okay, so y'all are corrosive. Dope. That's good to know.
There's something at you.
1 second.
Smart.
Sometimes I get it right. Okay, so there's a person. Oh, okay, we're down here now. Wasn't what I expected, what I planned, but... Thanks. Okay, so this is the room full of awful corrosive things. And this. No. Fuck you. I like tried to like block out that guy that kept taking me away. Am I supposed to just jump that? I don't want to.
Very good at
Yeah, and I don't want to give it a shot for no reason. Lovely. Fuck off. Okay, so we're back here. And this went nowhere, right? It came out here and then just like fell into a hole. Yeah.
no Zelda.
Ooh. Oh, you're a thing! Interesting. I don't know if I can actually harm you. I'm guessing I can, but I have no proof of that. So we're just gonna leave you be. You look real slow. Okay, we've got it down. What? Fucking Christ with the arrows. Ah! So many. There's so many. Everywhere I go, there's so many people.
Welcome to the New Broom Tower.
Yeah, that is the thing that I'm glad Dark Souls got away from. Or, like, they made a decision in Dark Souls 2 as far as I can tell, and I can't blame them for it. But, like, it was basically like a way of, like, managing the difficulty would just be, like, lots of mobs. And that's a much rarer occurrence in, like, Dark Souls 1 and 2, or 1 and 3. And I'm very glad about that, because it's an annoying kind of difficulty. of the poison, y'all. Let's try a downward path this time, maybe. Great. Gotta say, am I gonna get shot with a fucking arrow? Okay. Gotta say, I really like the look of this weird underground city. Scary place to live, though. Yeah. Just going, this feels trap-like. Maybe it's just a shortcut at some point.
No fuck.
Hey, friend.
Dragon friend is very skittish.
Don't want anybody using his bridge. Spell, maybe? Oh, I wonder if that's what that thing we found was. Maybe it was just a spell. Yep, there's Soul Vortex. Risky foes. Huh. Okay. Oh, I we were looking for it. Focus Soul. Development of sorceries was stunted in Shulva as they were considered taboo.
Nameless.
Yeah, he may have just been killed by the dragon, but I fucking trust nothing.
JK. Dragon Charm.
Yeah, we got a bunch of those, so. Oh, well. Yeah, it's a pretty dope look, I'm not gonna lie.
Really like the dress. I'd like to acquire your dress.
For yourself or for a character?
Both.
Both. Okay. Did she leave a body?
Very sad.
Well, I will, do what I can to get those things for you.
You only get to move this circle 25%.
I have an idea of how to get up there. I don't know, it wouldn't work because it goes in 90-degree increments. Never mind.
Singing.
We ran into it a little bit earlier, too. The shrine.
Is it Aldia's shrine?
It wasn't Aldia's shrine, but it was the shrine of something like that. I don't remember
Amara.
the Amara.
What's Amara again?
Good question.
You don't know? Or are you just keeping it
I don't know.
from me? Exactly why I'm asking. Care to share?
I like making you look stuff up. I think it's helpful. Can I shoot that thing? Sure can. Okay, good. One friend. Thank you for doing that first. Okay, so it's a stone. Have to look out for stones. Okay, well. There's so much to explore. Okay, well. That's... This is very Zelda-like. Oh! Puzzling Stone Sword? That's a cool name. What is the Puzzling Stone Sword? A sword with a segmented blade. When swung, its segments separate, and the sword strikes in a whipping slash.
Yo, equip that. I want to see it. Whoa!
Okay.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It'll take a long time.
Wow, it's got dope dex scaling, though. So the way it works, like, bottom you've got, like, E and S. Like, you see down at the very bottom of the screen, you've got, like, an arm and a hand and a skull and a star. And then below that, you've got, like, green icons.
Oh, to the left. I was looking at the right.
Oh, yeah, no, so towards the bottom there. So that tells you, like, the 7 and the 6 say you need at least 7 strength and 6 dexterity to wield it. And then below that is scaling. So it's got, like, base damage, but depending on your stats and those things, you'll get bonus damage. And if I remember the math properly, E-scaling means you get, like, plus 5% whatever your attack bonus is for that. So it's not plus 5% of, like, your dex stat. It's whatever your dex damage is. Same thing with strength or intelligence or faith. E-scaling means 5%, and S-scaling means 100%.
Hot damn.
Yeah. So, like, B-scaling's good. A-scaling's great, and S-scaling is fucking rare. So this has dope dex scaling.
Why don't they use the alphabet? Like A scaling is best, B is a little less.
It's a
Why-
Japanese thing. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I remember, like, when I
I feel
was...
like a translate thing.
Maybe. I don't know. I just remember, like, playing games on, like, the PlayStation 1 back in the day. Like Monster Hunter, things like that. Like, it was always, like, S was the tier you tried to get to for whatever reason. Like, the tier above A tier.
S.
Yeah. Okay, so this place is full of
Jordan's awake.
weird bugs. Ask him when we're recording. And that looks like trappy ground spikes. And that looks like a murder ghost. You are a murder ghost. Oh, wow. I can't hurt you at all. Okay, well... Fucking God, this place sucks. Not a fan. Yeah, holy shit. I don't know how to hurt that ghost. I really wish we had found a bonfire. Ah, fuck off. Stop recording me. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, there's a horrifying murder ghost, whomst I can't really hurt. And I'll have to figure out a way of dealing with that. And we've got a lot of souls to pick up. And so many places to explore. God. But it's been 68, almost 69 minutes now. And that's usually where we stop these recordings. So we'll stop here at this bonfire. And next time we'll go try to get our souls back. And explore this frightening, poisoned Atlantean sunken hellscape. I cannot see the sea. I can see the lake. It doesn't have this.
Round lake.
It doesn't have the same oomph. Hi, hi.
That's what lakes get.
You get a wave. You're not yet the sea. All right. Well, till next time.